to Quick Tips of the Day by Cher Louise. And today we're going to have an in-depth discussion on the correct way to roll over whilst being in bed. Now, my advice to all those who like to go to bed and sleep is to roll over where there's plenty of space on either side of your bed. So try and ensure that you've got at least the width of your body space when you roll over. That's quite important. Make sure an adult's present, as I always say, because you never know when you're going to need an adult. Always have glitter, safety scissors, and latex glue. But you see, I didn't do that. No. I did something completely different. Today's Monday, so Saturday night, what I decided to do was go to bed without an adult being present. That was very naughty of me. I should have had an adult present at all times. And I was lying on the edge of my bed, literally the edge of my bed. And sorry, I got someone sending a message there, sorry. And I was asleep. I wasn't conscious, which is a bit silly really, because if you're going to go to bed and go to sleep, you should at least be conscious enough so that when you roll over, you're not asleep when you roll over, but you know you're rolling over, so you know you've got enough body space. But I didn't do that. So next thing I knew, I had a thud and I had landed on the floor. Ergo, the reason why I've got these. So I haven't done anything silly to my wrists. I've badly sprained them. You can see that, yeah. I've badly sprained both my wrists. This hand is my worst hand. Okay, then. So this, even around the skin area, it's sore to touch, and there. So I'm looking for Suzuki. Anyway, back to the story. So, what do you do when you land on the floor and unexpectedly? Well, the first thing you don't do is puke. Especially if you landed on something metallic that was sticking into your stomach. Not a good idea. I didn't remember that safety tip, so unfortunately I did that. Make sure you always have a phone handy. I did have that. So, now here's my important safety tip for the day. When marooned on the floor after falling off the bed, you first of all phone for emergency services, always, 111, okay then. Explain the situation. Then mention to them that you can't wait 3 hours with a metal rod stuck in your chest for an ambulance. Important that. Otherwise it's going to get really sore. So they understand then that you need to be seen to quicker. Then when the ambulance has turned up, what you need to ensure is that where you've fallen is being too much of less of a gap that they can't get to you, so they've got to shove all your bed out of the way. That's really important, that. So make sure you have plenty of space all around your bed, so that if you do fall out, you are knowing that they can get to you without shoving your bed all the way over to one side of the room. Then, so I've got my ambulance outside the front door. It's always good if you've had an accident, so remember that one, 111. Then, what you also need to do is ensure that they need to phone for the fire brigade. So now you've got the ambulance, fire brigade and police outside the front door. Because remember, every time you phone for a fire brigade, the police always turn up. So you've got to remember that is the case, okay then. Because the fire brigade have got to then lift you on the crash mats and then hurry you out the front door into the ambulance. Okay, so that's really, really important. Please ensure whenever you have an accident if fire brigade are required, make sure that they lift you up correctly and take you outside your front door, not through the window which they planned. So, just to recap, if you do fall off your bed and you do require emergency services and they do need to call for the fire brigade, just bear in mind it'll be the fire brigade, the police, the ambulance, and maybe an online doctor that'll come to your property to see how you are before the fire brigade then take you out of your house because they're doing like they're holding up the crash mat thing, and then you get taken to hospital. Okay, so that's my quick tips of the day. Please ensure all emergency services are called so that you can be ensured that you are lifted out of your property safely and not left on the floor wondering what's going to happen next. True story. That's why my hands are like this. Now, I'm going to do another video in about 5 minutes' time. Tune in, because it happens to be what happens next. Ooh, what happens next? Latex gloves. Ooh. Speak to you in a couple of minutes. Bye.